Tonight, a local athlete charged with domestic violence. The story behind the arrest of a Toledo Mud Hens player. Plus, an Ohio man thinks concealed guns should be allowed in city parks. We'll show you why he wasn't able to get a word in with Mayor Ford tonight. And history made. The first spaceship not sponsored by a government makes it into space. Meet the world's first civilian astronaut.
From WTVG Toledo, this is 13 Action News Night Beat.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Diane Larson. Lee Conklin is off tonight. A Mud Hens player is out of jail tonight after police arrested him earlier today on domestic violence charges. 13 Action News broke this story at 5, and we're monitoring the latest developments, including fan and team reaction to the player's arrest. 13 Action News Night Beat reporter Diane Wilson joins us live from Fifth Third Field with the story. Diane.
Diane, not a good day for the Mud Hens. Not only did they lose their game here tonight, but a player was arrested while on the field during batting practice. This police report prompted the charges of domestic violence and child endangering against the ball player. Mud Hens outfielder Richard Gomez spent pregame in jail instead of warming up on the field. Officers arrested the 27-year-old ball player during batting practice this afternoon. He was taken to the Lucas County Jail dressed in his uniform, charged with domestic violence and child endangering.
You would think that, expect higher standards, for players.
I think it could have been done later on when he wasn't, say, at his workplace or whatever. You don't see people going into big corporations and arresting them on the spot at their job, embarrassing them.
Fans have mixed emotions about Gomez's arrest. The ball player's wife called police today and told officers her husband beat her up last night. According to the police report, the victim had a bruised eye and, quote, the victim also had 2 large bruises on her neck where she was choked by the suspect. The report goes on to say, quote, the suspect also grabbed the victim by the hair and dragged her down the hallway. This alleged incident happened where the couple lives at Commodore Perry Apartments. Police say while the two were fighting, their 6-month-old daughter was left alone in the apartment. Gomez didn't spend long in jail. He rejoined the Mud Hens shortly after his arrest. However, his 15-game hitting streak came to an end tonight as Gomez rode the bench. His future with the Mud Hens is unknown.
The organization decided that he shouldn't dress out for the ball game, and he's got to go back to court tomorrow, and we'll just see where it goes from there.
Now, manager Larry Parrish said this is the first time in his coaching history that one of his players has actually been arrested while on the field. As for Gomez, he is due in court tomorrow on the domestic violence and child endangering charge. And after that court appearance, we should learn more about his future here as a Mud Hen. But sources are telling us his time as a Toledo player here could be limited. Reporting live downtown, Diane Wilson, 13 Action News Night Beats.
Rich Gomez is an outfielder and designated hitter for the Mud Hens. This is his first year wearing a Mud Hens uniform, and he's played 41 games with the team this season. Gomez has a batting average of .291, and he's on a 15-game hitting streak. New on Night Beat, one man is hospitalized tonight after a stabbing that police say was likely fueled by booze. Police say it happened in the parking lot at Southgate Woods Apartments tonight. They say 2 men were fighting when one of them pulled out a butcher's knife and stabbed the other one. Police say that alcohol was involved and the dispute had been ongoing.
Ended up with one of the guys hitting the other one with a plastic chair, garden-type chair on the back of the head. And the other guy who had a butcher knife just turned around and stabbed the other guy.
Police arrested 27-year-old Eddie Hearn. They say that he stabbed the 26-year-old man in the back. That victim was taken to MCO. No word on his condition. They say that Hearn will be charged with felonious assault. Also new on Night Beat, one man took the debate over concealed carry weapons in parks, in Toledo City Parks, directly to Mayor Jack Ford, but the man was turned away. Bruce Beatty is a gun proponent and believes concealed weapons should be allowed in Toledo's parks. But the city passed a law banning that. 13 Action News was on the scene as Beatty tried to raise the issue with Mayor Ford at a Meet the Mayor session tonight. He was told to wait until the mayor had gone through his scheduled appointments before the two could meet.
Have a moment of your time, sir?
I got people waiting on me.
Thank you. Because I'm tired of politicians thinking that they rule us. They work for us. It's about time they got reminded of it, and I will remind them.
Now, Beatty is not a Toledo resident, doesn't even live in Lucas County, and the Meet the Mayor forum is intended for city dwellers only, that is. Beatty says the Attorney General is on his side and that guns should be allowed in parks. It was a tense situation at a home in North Toledo. Police got a domestic call about 2:30 this afternoon. At this home on Enright, police say the man inside apparently has a history of mental problems and locked himself in his house. Police say they were told that guns were in there and they had to use tear gas to get the guy to surrender. Afterwards, police did find 6 guns in the house.
We're going to charge him with misconduct and emergency, but we'll issue an APC because he does have some issues. And he's at rescue crisis, and I'm sure he'll be there for at least 72 hours.
As you heard, he was taken to rescue crisis and nobody got hurt. Toledo's mayor says the city will pay for information to help catch the robber who put a knife up to the throat of a 3-year-old girl. This happened during a robbery at the subway on Main and Star in East Toledo last night. Police say the suspect with the butcher's knife punched the clerk in the face and grabbed money from the cash drawer. Then on his way out, the robber grabbed the 3-year-old girl and held a knife to her throat in an attempt to get her grandmother to hand over her purse.
A robbery is a bad thing any way you look at it, but when you take the initiative to put a knife to a 3-year-old child's throat, there's just no way of even saying the way I feel about this.
If you can help catch the guy, you could get a $3,000 reward and you can stay anonymous. Now, the little girl's mother spoke with 13 Action News today, mother and the grandmother also, grandmother who was with the little girl. They both say they're furious that somebody would try to hurt such an innocent little child. The grandmother says she was determined not to let the crook take her purse or hurt her granddaughter.
If I had to, I was going to drop everything on the floor and I was going to kick him out of the way, do whatever I had to do, but I wasn't going to let him hurt her.
Police say the suspect is a white male about 5'6" with a buzz cut and tattoo on his neck. If you have any information, call Crime Stopper. The phone number right there on your screen, 419-255-1111. Again, you could receive a $3,000 reward if you provide information that leads to the arrest and conviction of this guy. Right now, we want to turn to the Night Beat first forecast. A little bit of rain falling in the area tonight or fell earlier. Chief Meteorologist Stan Stachek live in the First Warning Storm Lab with a look ahead to tomorrow. Stan.
Yeah, just a little bit of rain tonight. Radar shows most of the heavier showers have moved northward into Michigan. Still a chance of a shower or thunderstorm tonight. That chance is pretty much gone for tomorrow. Here's my hourcast for you Tuesday. We're looking at temperatures near 70 degrees by noon, but we're going to stay below 80. Looks like another pleasant day for the second full day of summer 2004. I'll have that 7-day forecast coming up, Diane.
Stan, thanks. President Clinton is coming clean, and there's less than an hour to go before his autobiography hits bookshelves here in Toledo. And with just over a week until the handover of power in Iraq, rebels continue their attacks on American soldiers.
Know what's going to happen to you tomorrow? Of course you don't. So it's important to feel secure about your family's financial future. Life insurance is one way to do this. Call your New York Life agent who will discuss ways you can protect your family from unforeseen events. New York Life, the company you keep.
On the next ET, is Monica Lewinsky seeing red? She ducked the press in Arkansas now, where she is tonight. And we're with Bill Clinton as more details about their affair surface. Then, can Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie make it as maids?
This room is disgusting. I need it cleaned immediately.
Plus, Summerland's Lori Loughlin and her Hollywood mansion. And the best movie songs of all time. And the Big Chill. Next ET. Tonight at 7 on 13 ABC.
From the prescription medicine capital of the world, it's Hollywood Squares TV Doctors Week.
Is there a doctor in the house? I think I bruised my funny bone.
Watch Dr. Quinn herself, Jane Seymour, Dr. Bruce, and from Medical Center, Chad Everett.
I wasn't really a doctor, but I played one on TV.
Plus Center Square, Alec Baldwin.
Watch the next Hollywood Squares. It's now ephedra-free.
Tomorrow at 7:30 on 13 ABC. Diane Larson and Lee Conklin. Unequaled experience. Part of an outstanding team of journalists bringing you stories that impact you and your family.
EMTs and paramedics work all hours in all kinds of conditions.
Asking tough questions. Uncovering stories you need. Giving you in-depth coverage of breaking news.
Strong and severe thunderstorms pounded most of the area.
Behind the anchor desk, in the newsroom, or in the field. Diane Larson, Lee Conklin, and the 13 Action News team are there when you need us.
Now, 13 Action News First Warning Weather, powered by Bigfoot Doppler Radar.
Hi, everybody. We've had some rain showers move through the area. Most of the thunderstorms have stayed well north and south of the Toledo metropolitan area. We're at 69 degrees right now, and it looks like the humidity's getting up there with that rainfall, although I don't think we're going to see much rainfall overnight and probably none for the day Tuesday. Here's that Bigfoot Doppler radar picture. Let's take a look at what's going on. You'll notice for the immediate metropolitan Toledo area, we're not detecting any precipitation. We have some in the vicinity of the Fremont area. As we take a closer look at that, it's just south of Vickery and around the Clyde, Helena area, Burgoon, and also Green Springs. Most of the rainfall, as I mentioned, is heaviest well to the north into Michigan and from southwest of Lima all the way down into the Indianapolis, Indiana area. So we're not looking at much in the line of precipitation. With the cloud cover, temperatures are hanging tough, looking pretty good. Readings right now, as we take a look at our current temperatures, are in the 60s and some low 70s. 73 at Tiffin and the Metcalf Field area, 74 showing up at Sandusky, 70 at Lima, 64 at Hillsdale. Cloud tracker, well, we've had quite a few come in this afternoon, a whole line of cloud cover. That is essentially ahead of a cold front. Got a little moisture working up from the south, cold front providing a little lift for showers and thunderstorms. Not a particularly strong cold front. We won't see much of a drop-off in temperatures tonight. And as a result, we're not seeing a lot of severe weather. In fact, we're not seeing any severe weather being reported over the Great Lakes region. Predictor at midnight tonight takes some showers and thunderstorms to our north, but they move out of the area rather rapidly. And for 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, just a few sprinkles to the south. And we're not seeing any green showing up through the day Tuesday into Tuesday night. How about Wednesday? Have a weak system north and south, but for most of Wednesday, I think we're going to see partly cloudy skies. Tonight, there's still a chance of a shower or a thunderstorm until that front rolls through the area. An overnight low fairly mild, about 60 degrees. Now, take a look at my zone cast for tomorrow. 76 in the northern zones with partly cloudy skies. That for Fulton County, Williams County, Lucas County, and northern Wood County, and all of our southern lower Michigan counties, including the cities of Monroe and Adrian. Partly cloudy south, a 78-degree high temperature in Tiffin, upper Sandusky, Lima, and all of Defiance County. For partly cloudy weather tomorrow along the lakeshore, it's a good bet, mid-70s, Port Clinton and Sandusky. And the near-shore waters, a brisk west wind, waves 2 to 4 feet tomorrow, and 2 feet or less on Wednesday, and the lake temperature now at 71 degrees. And Diane, my 7-day forecast, rather optimistic for Tuesday and Wednesday. Some showers and thunderstorms with another front late Thursday and Friday. Temperatures peak on Thursday, then cool off again for Friday and Saturday. But we noticed that first full weekend of summer, sunshine and temperatures in the 70s. Not too bad.
Not too bad at all, Stan. Thanks very much.
Right.
It is expected to be the bestseller of the summer, and it's ready for sale in less than an hour. Former President Bill Clinton's memoir, My Life, goes on sale Tuesday. Over 60 people at Thackeray's have pre-ordered the book, and the bookstore says that's a huge amount, at least for the store. In the over 900-page memoir, Mr. Clinton chronicles his humble beginnings to his rise to the Oval Office. He talks about the Lewinsky scandal, but most readers we talk to say they plan to pick up the book to learn more about Clinton's views on other subjects.
I would probably like to read it because I'm a history teacher, so I'd like to hear his perspective on his presidency and the results that came from his presidency.
Actually, we have pre-ordered 200 copies that we're hoping will at least get us through the first week.
Incidentally, last summer, over 600 people pre-ordered Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Currently, the best-selling political memoir is President Clinton's wife's book, Hillary Clinton's Living History. If you're looking to be the first in line, most local bookstores open tomorrow at 9, and some of the 24-hour grocery chains are putting the book out on the shelves at midnight. New on Night Beat, an 82-year-old Maumee woman's fight to keep her home made its way to Maumee City Council tonight. The city wants to take Norma Smith's home and property through eminent domain. Maumee plans to build a new fire station on her 3.5 acres, but Smith says she's lived there 57 years and has no intention of moving. Many supporters at tonight's City Council meeting say there are other places to build the new station, Plus, they're worried about Smith's health if she's forced to move.
If they decide to take her home, she very well could pass away in a very short while because she's not in good health.
I hope they think of me anyway, but I don't know.
Palmy's mayor says the council plans to vote on this July 6th. The Bush administration promised it would tear down the infamous Abu Ghraib prison, the site of the original Iraqi prisoner abuse scandal, but tonight an order not to destroy it. Find out why. Plus, trying to reach a high mile mark and heading straight into history.
At Hatfield Lawn and Landscape, you won't have the convenience of finding the plants near the plumbing. Sorry. What you will find are beautiful shrubs and trees displayed in a natural setting versus asphalt. Plants tended to by Nurturing Ohio certified nursery technicians. A garden lover's paradise where knowledge is supreme, leaving those big box stores, well, without a root to grow on. Big doesn't necessarily mean better. Hatfield Lawn and Landscape for 22 years when your outdoor needs to be everything and more.
Broadway's hottest shows, Tony's biggest winners. It's Live's Broadway Week.
We got a sneak peek of the biggest hits of the Great White Way.
It's your chance to get a look at the shows everyone is talking about before you buy a ticket.
And on the next Live, star of Wonderful Town, Donna Murphy, performs. Plus, speaking of musicals, the lovely Ashley Judd reveals what it's like to play the wife of a musical legend. And from the hilarious new movie White Chicks, Marlon Wayans on the next Live. From the prescription medicine capital of the world, it's Hollywood Squares TV Doctors Week.
Is there a doctor in the house? I think I bruised my funny bone.
Watch Dr. Quinn herself, Jane Seymour, Dr. Bruce, and from Medical Center, Chad Everett.
I wasn't really a doctor, but I played one on TV.
Plus, Center Square, Alec Baldwin.
Watch the next Hollywood Squares. It's now ephedra-free.
Tomorrow at 7:30 on 13 ABC.
It's first, it's live, it's Toledo's #1 morning newscast. 13 Action News, good morning.
Kelly Weiss and Jeff Smith bring you Toledo's overnight developments, and meteorologist Jay Burschbach has a look at the day's weather.
And live time-saver traffic reports every 10 minutes from the 13 Action News Traffic Center. 13 Action News Good Morning gives you a head start, beginning a half hour earlier than other local newscasts.
And be sure and stay tuned for Good Morning America. Good things are happening. Mornings beginning at 5 here on 13 ABC.
You're watching 13 Action News with Diane Larson, Lee Conklin, meteorologist Stan Stachak, and Rob Powers with sports. This is 13 Action News Nightly.
5 American soldiers were killed in Iraq today. A rescue squad found the bodies of 4 Marines west of Baghdad still lying in their uniforms. The soldiers were not wearing flak vests, and a field pack was left open, suggesting their bodies were looted. The military says they were killed in an ambush after taking part in a combat operation. And in Baghdad, a mortar attack killed an Army soldier and wounded 7 others. Pre-trials for 3 U.S. soldiers accused of prisoner abuse got underway today. Lawyers for 2 of the defendants won the right to question top U.S. generals before the trial. The soldiers' defense is that they were ordered to perform the acts they're charged with. Also, a judge ruled the infamous Abu Ghraib prison will be treated as a crime scene and cannot be torn down as suggested by the White House. And Lindy England's hearing on prisoner abuse charges have been postponed. She's the Army Reservist pictured here. She's in a number of the pictures from inside Abu Ghraib prison, including that one holding a leash attached to a naked prisoner. Her hearing was scheduled for tomorrow morning, but has been pushed back to July 12th. No reason was given for the delay. It may be the beginning of a new chapter in space flight. From the floor of the California desert today, a rocket plane soared aloft into the sky and upwards into space. This is the first time a privately funded aircraft has done that. ABC's Carla Wall has more.
It looked almost like a space-age insect racing across the Mojave Desert. In fact, it is a most unusual spaceship. The actual rocket, dubbed Spaceship One, is strapped to the belly of its aircraft carrier, the White Knight. They took off together and flew the first 50,000 feet. Then the White Knight released the spaceship. It fired its rocket and climbed up over 62 miles to the edge of outer space, where pilot Mike Melville described the view as a religious experience. It was then that he took some M&Ms out of his pocket.
And I let them go in front of my face. And they just spun around like little sparkling things.
and I was so blown away I couldn't even fly the airplane.
For 3 minutes, Melville experienced weightlessness before gliding back down to Earth, thrilling the crowd who had gathered in the desert to watch the historic flight.
It was a mind-blowing experience, it really was. Absolutely an awesome thing.
There were some problems controlling the plane. A part of it even buckled. Designer Burt Rutan says it meant the spaceship didn't go quite as high as planned.
These anomalies meant that we just barely got over.
Still, Spaceship One now goes into the history books as the first privately funded manned spacecraft to travel to space, a project bankrolled to the tune of more than $20 million by Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen.
Milestones like this just don't happen that often, so I just think it was very exciting to be part of this.
Allen may recoup some of that money. Spaceship One now leads the race for the $10 million X Prize. In order to beat the other teams in competition, it must fly 3 people to space and back twice within 2 weeks. No word when that sprint to space will occur. Carla Wohl, ABC News, Mojave, California.
Coming up next on 13 Action News Night Beat, the governor of Connecticut resigns in a corruption scandal. Hear what he has to say in his final words.
York Nissan really has what you're looking for. A great selection, the best location, and low prices every day. Right now, new 2005 Nissan Altimas, only $229 a month. Just released. $1,000 customer cash on the new 2004 Nissan Titan, Quest, Armada, and Maxima. And as always, you get the lowest price guaranteed, or York will pay you 110% of the difference.
On the next Live with Regis and Kelly, the best and brightest of Broadway are coming to live.
We've got your free ticket to check out the hottest shows on stage.
And Broadway's biggest stars will be here performing live, like our friend here from Avenue Q. Yeah. So are you like a puppet or a marionette or what?
I prefer fabricated American.
Broadway Week kicks off with a number from this year's Tony winner, Avenue Q. Plus Dodgeball's Vince Vaughn is here on the next Live.
Today at 9 on 13 ABC.
Diane Larson and Lee Conklin. Unequaled experience. Part of an outstanding team of journalists bringing you stories that impact you and your family.
EMTs and paramedics work all hours in all kinds of conditions.
Asking tough questions. Uncovering stories you need. Giving you in-depth coverage of breaking news.
Strong and severe thunderstorms pounded most of the area.
Behind the anchor desk, in the newsroom, or in the field. Diane Larson, Lee Conklin, and the 13 Action News team are there when you need us.
On the next BT, is Monica Lewinsky seeing red? She ducked the press in Arkansas now, where she is tonight. And we're with Bill Clinton as more details about their affair surface. Then, can Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie make it as maids?
This room is disgusting. I need it cleaned immediately.
Plus, Summerland's Lori Loughlin and her Hollywood mansion. And the best movie songs of all time. And the Big Chill. XTT.
Tonight at 7 on 13 ABC.
Connecticut's governor has resigned, the state's youngest governor ever, and once a rising star in the Republican Party, stepped down tonight under pressure from a federal corruption scandal. John Rowland admitted lying about receiving gifts and favors from state contractors and employees.
The months leading to this decision have been difficult for all of us. I acknowledge that my poor judgment has brought us here. Effective at noon on July 1st, I will officially step down as governor and pass this honor on to Lieutenant Governor Jody
And
Rell.
as you heard, Lieutenant Governor Jody Rell will take over July 1st and serve the rest of Rowland's term through January 2007. Rowland was in his 3rd term. State lawmakers had been considering impeaching him. Independent presidential candidate Ralph Nader has picked a running mate. He selected Peter Camejo, a Green Party leader, as his vice presidential candidate. The 63-year-old Camejo was the Green Party candidate for governor of California during last year's special election to replace recalled Governor Gray Davis. He's a first-generation American whose family is from Venezuela. The prognosis is good for 2 sisters who were born as conjoined twins. Doctors who performed surgery to separate them over the weekend say it was successful. Jade and Aaron Buckles were joined from their chests to their abdomens. Doctors estimate that ventilators will continue to help the twins breathe for a couple of more weeks. They'll be in the hospital at least that long, and after that, we'll hopefully go home. We also have baseball coming up from Fifth Third Field. Rob has the Mud Hens highlights and much more straight ahead.
I love country living, and I want someone to share it with. That's why I call Tango Personals. It's the best place to meet local women who are serious about dating. That's how Darren met Kristen. He called Tango. That led to some great conversations, and now they're together. If you're tired of the bar seat, go where I'm going. Try it free. Call Tango Personals.
Try Tango Personals free. 419-776-6666.
On the next ET, is Monica Lewinsky seeing red? She ducked the press in Arkansas, now where she is tonight. And we're with Bill Clinton as more details about their affair surface. Then, can Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie make it as maids?
This room is disgusting. I need it cleaned immediately.
Plus, Summerland's Lori Loughlin and her Hollywood mansion. And the best movie songs of all time. And the Big Chill. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on 13 ABC. Diane Larson and Lee Conklin. Unequaled experience. Part of an outstanding team of journalists bringing you stories that impact you and your family.
EMTs and paramedics work all hours in all kinds of conditions.
Asking tough questions. Uncovering stories you need. Giving you in-depth coverage of breaking news.
Strong and severe thunderstorms pounded most of the area.
Behind the anchor desk, in the newsroom, or in the field. Diane Larson, Lee Conklin, and the 13 Action News team are there when you need us. It's first, it's live, it's Toledo's #1 morning newscast. 13 Action News, good morning.
Kelly Weiss and Jeff Smith bring you Toledo's overnight developments, and meteorologist Jay Burschback has a look at the day's weather.
And live time-saver traffic reports every 10 minutes from the 13 Action News Traffic Center. 13 Action News Good Morning gives you a head start, beginning a half hour earlier than other local newscasts.
And be sure and stay tuned for Good Morning America. Good things are happening. Mornings beginning at 5 here on 13 ABC.
From the prescription medicine capital of the world, it's Hollywood Squares TV Doctors Week.
Is there a doctor in the house? I think I bruised my funny bone.
Watch Dr. Quinn herself, Jane Seymour, Dr. Bruce, and from Medical Center, Chad Everett.
I wasn't really a doctor, but I played one on TV.
Plus, Center Square, Alec Baldwin. Watch the next Hollywood Squares. It's now ephedra-free.
Tomorrow at 7:30 on 13 ABC.
On what can be described as an eventful day down at Fifth Third Field, the Mud Hens continued their series with the Louisville Bats. Before the game, Hens outfielder Rich Gomez was arrested on domestic violence charges stemming from an incident last night. Now, as for tonight's game, a big one. The Hens looking to get closer to first place in the IL West. Toledo did jump ahead in the very first inning. Here comes Chris Shelton with a bloop down the right field line. It's going to just sneak in there to score Nook Logan for a 1-0 lead. But Louisville gets 3 big runs in the top of the second inning and a long home run from Dane Sardina. This one makes it 3-1 Bats, and the Hens just could not make it stop. Mud Hens lose 7-2. They're 2.5 games out of first place now. And on top of the loss, Marcus Thames, the Hens' best player, leads the league in home runs. He's been called up to Detroit.
Obviously, it's a big loss to us, but you know, it's a great opportunity for him. And, you know, obviously, if anybody deserved to get called up, Marcus Thames has.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, as for Gomez, a story Katrina Hancock broke today at 5 o'clock. He was released from jail today after being arrested at the ballpark during batting practice this afternoon on a domestic violence charge. Manager Larry Parrish told us after the game Gomez will be in court tomorrow morning. Most likely will not be available to play in the game that starts at noon. Meanwhile, Hens Big League Big Brothers had the night off tonight. The Detroit Tigers play in Kansas City tomorrow, again now with former Mud Hen Marcus Thames trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. In the Bigs tonight, the Indians opened a series in Chicago against the White Sox. The Tribe is now right on the White Sox heels for second place. Ronnie Belliard and Casey Blake each hit home runs in the very first inning, and CeCe would make it stand up. 8 innings pitched, 1 run allowed on just 4 hits. He was on his game, and Cleveland wins a big one. 5-1 the final in Chicago to start out the series. Ken Griffey Jr. heard some more good news today, a day after hitting career home run number 500. He's second among National League outfielders in the All-Star balloting. Griffey hasn't been an All-Star in 4 years now, but right now the top 3 vote-getters, get this, in the outfield, Bonds, Griffey, Sosa, all in the 500 homer club. The good old boys have rolled out of the Irish Hills. Yesterday's NASCAR Nextel Cup race at Michigan International Speedway left the series with a new points leader. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has slipped 7 points behind Jimmy Johnson. Johnson finished 4th yesterday. Jr. finished 21st. So as the series continues, the 48 car now leads the way. At this point of the season, is that a goal of yours to be in the lead of the points, or at this point of the season, does it even enter your mind? You just keep on racing?
In the scheme of things, it doesn't really matter, but for bragging rights and for the mental aspect inside the garage, you want to lead every lap, win every race, and lead the points the whole time, so we'll just keep trying to do that.
The Wimbledon Tennis Championships open today. Venus Williams won her opening match. So did men's top seed Roger Federer, and, oh yeah, so did some lady named Martina. Hey, look who's back. The one-time retired, 9-time champion, 47-year-old Martina Navratilova, playing her first Wimbledon singles match in 10 years. 6-love, 6-1, 46 minutes, she won. When asked why she came back, Martina said, because I can. She's the oldest woman since 1922 to win a match at Wimbledon.
I've told you before, my only ambition was to be the youngest. It was never to be the oldest in something, but that's how it worked out, so I'm not complaining. Somebody's got to hold the record.
Rudy Tomjanovich is said to be headed to L.A. to interview for the Lakers' top coaching job. All the Lakers will say is that they'll talk to more than 1 and less than 10 candidates to replace Phil Jackson. Tomjanovich, of course, coached the Houston Rockets to 2 titles back in the 90s. Latest on the Mud Hens situation coming up tomorrow. We'll see you back here then.
Rob, thanks. We'll be back in a moment after this look at tonight's winning lottery numbers.
The University of Findlay and COSI are proud to salute the class of 2004.
I plan on attending the University of Evansville, and while I'm moving on to a new chapter in my life, I will never forget the people and experiences who helped me grow into who I am today. Education is the red carpet foundation that ushers in a boulevard of star-studded opportunities and prospects. In a world that is forever changing, it is the one trend that continues to remain in vogue.
Congratulations from all of us at 13 ABC.
Thinking about going to a university that offers you a wide choice of majors and has faculty who invests in you?
Think Findlay.
Looking for a safe, supportive, and active campus where you fit in?
Think Findlay.
Do you need real-world learning delivered at your convenience?
Think Findlay.
If you're thinking about higher education, think about Northwest Ohio's premier private university. Think Findlay. Visit us on the web at www.findlay.edu.
Hi, Christine Michael here for Walt Michaels RV Superstores. Hey, race fans, take your race day to a whole new level and go to the race in a Walt Michaels RV. Your fun begins long before the green flag and lasts long after the checkered flag is waved. You can go to our website at WMRVS.com and check out our VIP race day packages, which include full RV hookups at the brand new Walt Michael RV Superstore Turn 2 Campground at Michigan International Speedway. We'll be looking for you.
To a lot of people, working for a large corporation just doesn't compare to working for themselves. And when you join the New York Life family, you have all the advantages of working for yourself. New York Life agents are thoroughly trained and educated. As a New York Life agent, you represent one of the strongest insurance and financial institutions in the country. If the freedom of working for yourself, along with support of a solid company, sounds attractive, call our office today at 244-8311. And together, we can start building.
Get to your destination without delay. Easy-to-read maps help you avoid traffic accidents and tie-ups. Watch time-saver traffic updates every 10 minutes, only on 13 Action News. Good morning.
Stands now with a look at our wake-up forecast.
We're going to have some clouds shortly after sunrise, but overall tomorrow should become partly cloudy. It'll be 63 for wake-up weather, and we'll top out in the mid to upper 70s. Diane, a pleasant day ahead.
All right, great, Stan, thanks. Finally tonight, a Toledo teen earned top honors, and she got her picture right here in USA Today. See her? Right down here. Sarah Shepard of Whitmer High School was chosen as a presidential scholar. She received the award in the arts category. The award is nationwide, and today she got to perform at the John F. Kennedy Center for Performing Arts. She had to write an essay, self-assessment, and send a transcript of her grades. In order to win, she gets a $3,000 scholarship. Congratulations, Sarah. And that is 13 Action News Nightbeat. Thanks for watching. For Stan Stachek and Rob Powers, I'm Diane Larson. Nightline's next, followed by Jimmy Kimmel Live. Have a good night.